Hey, welcome back to the channel. Again, DT Ram 1500. Um, I am going to put bed light kit. Uh, it's another thing that I think they should all come with, but it doesn't. Uh, I have to say I got a super good deal on this truck. So the few things it didn't have that is nice to have, the cost difference to add them is, especially when you look online and find deals and stuff. You don't, it's pretty cheap. So we're going to add it to this truck because it's just another thing I like to have. So to start off, I pop these out. So you just get I used that right there just to pop this out, one on each side. And we comes with the two lights, wiring harness that runs to the front, and ties in to the BCM up front. These two wires. There's a spot to push it through in the firewall, and then these grounded on the frame back here, and then plug the lights in, and it should work like I believe with the remote and all that stuff. So it comes with the wiring harness, probably more zip ties than you need. Short ones too. I don't know. I can't imagine you need that many, but it looks. The worst part of it's going to be running the wires to the front. I don't even think pinning them in the connector is that big of a deal. I think that one wasn't hard to get to. I was going to wait to put a remote start on it or do it together because you have to feed a wire from the hood switch into the truck in the same spot, but this truck already has the hood switch, so that doesn't have to be done. So I only have to go through the firewall once. So this can be done. I'm also going to be putting a bed liner in here. I want to try the bed rug, see how I like it, because I typically don't do real crazy stuff. I get stuff from the hardware store. I do put car parts back there once in a while, but I thought if I did that, maybe I'll just get a mat to throw on top. The bed rug is not a rug though. It is like plastic or polyurethane or whatever, so it's not going to absorb stuff like some people think it does. So yeah, I decided to go that way because I went to take it to get the liner spray. Then they told me I had to take the ram bar off, and I was like, yeah, I just said to forget it because with my work schedule, I don't have time for all that. So I decided I'm just going to go this route, try it out, leave the bed painted as is, and if I like this, whatever. I do plan on putting bed rails in it too, and putting little slits through the liner and bolting it to the bed of the truck, and that'll also aid in holding it because it is held on with Velcro strips. But besides all that, that'll be later. But I'll have to cut the holes out, I guess what I'm getting at, so the lights will shine through there, because I think they come with a what do you call it, a template you could put up, and so you know where to put the hole. But I mean, it's not rocket science. It's pretty much towards the back of the truck, and if you kind of held it up against there, you kind of see where you need it. I wouldn't even care if the hole is larger than the lights, because you're not going to be able to push the light and lock it in with it like pressing against it, because I believe the mat's too thick for that. So we'll see. I mean, I just doubt it, but if I can make it look that way, I'll do it, but I don't know about if it will. So anyway, yeah, the hardest part is just going to be on the floor with the creeper, running this to the front. I'm not going to jack it up or anything. I don't think you need to do that either. I should be able to run it the whole way on the ground. So the truck does have a factory raised ride height, so I do fit underneath. So it should not be an issue. The worst part is probably going to be right here. I would think getting over around the wheel area, which I don't even think that's going to be that bad, but through there, and then this part should be fairly easy. And then we're looking at, I think I got to take this fender wheel well liner out to access the hole they want me to go through. So we'll see. I might be able to get it from the top, but I don't think so. So I have the wires coming up through the hole and they got them plugged in. So now those can just get popped into place. Now the instructions show it being zip tied out here, running across from the driver's side to the passenger side, but under here with the class 4 hitch, so there's the wire coming down, you see it there. The class 4 hitch tube runs all the way to the other side. So I just pushed it through and it's coming out here. So instead of having it outside and exposed, I'm going to leave it there. So now that you see that's how it's going to run underneath, what all needs to be done here is just pop these in. So you want ram on top, button on the bottom. It kind of hooks in. You see that? Like that. And then it pops in. Same thing with the other side. So now that those are snapped in, the wires are wherever they're laying under there is where they're going to be, and then that's how you're going to start just zip tying them up as you see fit. And then now I just have to, there's one ground strap, I'll just show it after I hook it up, but just run it to the front now and get it in the truck. So here we are, pretty much the underneath is done. So it's coming from the light up there. This is the driver's side. I got a zip tied to the existing wiring harness. It goes through there like I just showed. Coming out this hitch and zip tied to the harness over here and then going up to the right. So from there, okay, I have it zip tied to that main harness. And right here, there's existing ground studs right there. Now on other trucks, there's grounds there already, because obviously for other equipment that needs it, this if there's an issue with that not having a good ground there, which I don't see why it wouldn't, I'll update that, but I don't foresee that. Anyway, I got it zip tied to this big harness, and then it's going up above the frame. So here, like I said, up above the frame, I got it going underneath. There's a spot where it can go underneath there. And then here it is here, there, and then it's going through, I'll have to go down to there. I wasn't going to, but I did end up removing this inner wheel well. So there's the wire, again, continuing by the shock. I have it going through this hole. There's a hole on the other side. Going through here. I have it zip tied with a little bit of slack here just for bed movement. And then I have it zip tied to the existing wiring harness I installed for the ram bar lights. And here's the, that was the storage box. Don't need to take that out either. It's zip tied all the way up through here, and then it's going up through there. Right now it's not all the way, so here's the wires dangling down. There is a spot under there that I want to get to and push it through. Actually, it was not that bad. I have it coming through where that big round plug is, that like cap looking thing right here with the, I just put a little slit in it. Of course, can't see. And it's coming right through there. That Literally, I just stuck a zip tie through, taped the wire on it, just pulled it through. So now I just have to do the pins and hook up the two ends, and that's it. Oh, and then turn it on in alpha OBD. Alright, so for these final two wires up here, I've already pulled it out. This blue one, which is G, and the black one right here, wherever it is, right here, which is A. And you need A5, and I'll have to look over here. I can't remember which one this was, but you have to, the bottom one's easy. There's this little, this is normally up like that. You gotta press that square down, so this will come over it. And then it's saying to take, it says this is Mopar instructions, that you take, if there is a wire present in pin 5, you remove it and just tape it back. I have no idea why they would have a wire there if it's not being used, but that's what it says. And on G, they want you to do pin 16. So we have to take the covers off so we can take the pins out that are in there. So to get the cover off, you see that right there, you can get behind it and push the flat part away from this little thing here, and it'll slide right out. So the tan with the purple, or violet they're calling it, just snaps right in to the blue connector. And just the shiny part, if you just push on it with like this tool, it'll just come right out. But this is the new one. And then you just tape the one you took out, just tape it back. Same thing for the other one. So here the black one is done, so I just have to tape that wire back to the harness itself, and then put it goes way at the top left side of that white, this white thing here, and then lock it in, and then do the alpha OBD. Okay, everything's all plugged back in, zip tied up, and we're done with the mechanical part or wiring. Alright, I had a little scare for a second. When I put the blue plug in, I did not rock. I didn't push it all the way in before I pulled down the locking lever, so it didn't actually pull it into the pins. And I was getting a stability control thing. So I almost thought I put a pin in the wrong spot, but no, everything was in the right spot. When I went to grab the blue plug, it wiggled, so I had to push the that lever all the way up, push it in a little farther, and then rotate it back down and pull it in. It's fine. So everything's working. So here's the button control, and it also turns those lights on up there. And then if you use the keys, it should work. I just hit the unlock button, lock button. So the next thing I will do is show on the OBD or alpha OBD what you have to do to turn it on, so it works with the truck's body control module. So it will work with your keys and all that right now. So if you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button, and we will be making more on this truck down the road. Thanks. All right, here's the alpha OBD again. For me, it's going to be control unit select would be 22 plus. Now when I hit the connect button when it's to my truck, it will automatically say 2023. Hit this at the bottom right corner with the car with the hood up. Select procedure to start, and we are going to scroll all the way down to car configuration change. Select option. Now up here it'll be just quicker to type bed, and there's only 3 things here, so you don't need the bottom one. So you need the CBC config bed light switch input present pin G16. That's one of the wires that I installed. And then, which makes sense because the blue one on me was pulled out a little bit. And then CBC config bed lighting present pin A5. You want to turn that on. So I'll just show you how you do that. It's going to say this select value. You're going to pick yes. And then you can hit start if it was connected. And same thing with 5, select value yes. And that's basically it. And then once you do it, you wait, or you shut the key off. People say you got to wait. Mine's work right away every time. So you hit the configure, hit the yes, start. It's going to do it. Turn the key off, turn the key on. Now I do that for each change I make. I do shut the key off, open the door, close the door, and before I do the next one. So that's about it for this. And like I said, please hit the subscribe button and hit the like if you want to. And we'll talk again later. Thanks. Bye.